Hi, welcome to this video. On this video we are going to show you how to use TruVision Navigator 7.0 to archive video from any of your TruVision recorders. That would be your TVR12s, TVR15s, which are your HD TVI, as well as your TVN10, TVN21, TVN22 NVRs. So first, for this video, we're going to assume that you have TruVision Navigator. It's downloadable from Interlogic's website, and that you have your devices loaded onto the bar so that you can see them. You can see here, I'm just going to go into my menu and launch TruVision Navigator. Obviously, you have a username and password to get in. As long as you have entered your devices on there, they will show up in the tree here on the left-hand side. If you explode open the devices, you will see individual cameras. For this video, I'm going to show myself arriving here at work this morning and show how you can easily select different video clips from different cameras and save them into the collector down here in TruVision Navigator. The advantage to the collector is it bookmarks where each clip is on the recorder so that you can then export them later all at once. If you've ever done exporting from the browser or through the USB on the front of the unit, you are exporting each clip individually. This allows you to sort through your video, collect up all your clips, and then export them one time. If it's going to be a long job, you see it's a big file, you can actually also schedule that for a later export so that you can get everything ready, and rather than tying up the resources on your computer, you can export them later, maybe when you've gone home, and let it work overnight. So for this video, for myself arriving here this morning, it was about 7:40-ish. But I'm not sure when. So I'm going to take one of the cameras from my HD TVI recorder, this camera here, which looks at the side door where I would arrive. And since I don't know exactly what time, I'm gonna search for it. If I right-click on this window and click Search, I get to select all sorts of parameters. So in this case, I'm going to select a motion event. And I know that it was this morning, so I can narrow that search down a little bit to today. And we're going to look at about let's say 7:35 to maybe 7:45, just to be on the safe side. And I'm going to come up with some, oops. And as I did the first time I did this, I should actually look at AM since I did not arrive at 7:45 p.m. today. We hit search, and here's my events. So I know it's going to be one of these right around here. I don't think it was quite this early. That's probably some headlights or something. So let's try this 7:39, and there I am. So if I look at my time and date, I see it was 7:39:50, and as you might do if you were trying to track an event, you might want to track somebody's motion all the way through several cameras. So I see that I'm 7:39:58, and I'm going to move myself through some of these cameras as we go. And this is where the collector comes in handy. So I know my time frame, and now I just need to follow myself through some cameras. So for this camera here, down at the bottom you've got your time bar, and the time bar as it shows here is a little tough to work with because it's a little bit narrow. You've got an hour is about 2 inches. You can expand that out so that you have a little bit more detail. So here you see I now have 10 minutes is a couple inches, and I can even go more detailed than that. And since I'm real precise with what my time frame is, I'm going to stick to this detailed time frame so I can see 7:38, 7:39, 7:40. Since we know it was 7:39 and some change, I'm going to actually take, you have 2 markers down below. These are your start and stop for your archive, and the green marker is where the video is now. So this green marker relates to this screen. You can see that the screen is green, which indicates that that's my that's my screen that I'm working on. So I'm going to take this marker and I'm going to drag that to 7:39, just in case there's some video of me outside the door before that has started. And since you can see I'm walking outside the frame right now, I'm going to just give myself just a little bit more than where it is now, just to give it a complete screen. I've got two choices here. One is for a snapshot and one is for video. Since I have set up my video down here with my start and stop, I'll click the video film icon, and that adds it to the collector. You can see here that this clip is 20 meg of data. So if I want to take this idea, I can leave this in this clip here, and I can go grab a different camera, and it doesn't even have to be on the same recorder. So you can see this clip right here was from a TVI recorder that I have in my system, but I also have an NVR up here. So after I walk through here, when I come in the morning, I needed to head to the back room to disarm an alarm. So I'm going to drag my back room camera in here, and now this time I don't really need to search because I know about what time it's going to be. I've got the 18th at 7:39. Down here where the calendar is, I can actually just go to a specific time by typing it in. So I'm on the 18th, and if I want to go to 7:39 and 54 seconds, I think we'll find that's pretty close. So that kicks into playback mode. If you saw that went from live to playback. And it's waiting here. Let's see. And I did the same thing I did last time, and I did not check AM. Man, I gotta get used to this. Click AM. Now this will come back to this morning, and it looks like there I am. So you can see the time clocks are synced. We probably have both of these on network time protocol, so that even with two different recorders, the timing is the same. So now I've got my short time window here, and I know this is a clip that I want. A common mistake is to actually archive too much video. When you use this Go To button, the video will go to a 1 hour block of video. So if I see myself and I say that's the video I want to archive, I can hit this video clip and I save it, but I just created a 1.3 gigabyte archive when all I really needed was about 10 seconds. So I may say, whoops, I screwed that up. I want to trash that archive, and it doesn't take any time because all it's doing is archiving a marker of where the video is. It's not actually taking the time to archive it at this time. So if I want to shrink this up, I'm going to shrink up my time. I'm going to shorten up this this video because I know we don't need this much. I'm going to open up my time bar, and for this one we're going to say let's go 39:50. I think it was about there, and let's shorten this up to like 7:41. And again, I hit my archive. That's a more manageable number. Now I'm at 28 meg instead of that 1.3 gig. I can move on and on with this if I want to pick a front door camera. I know this morning after I came in, let's do a Go To again, and we search for, well, 739 is probably good enough for this camera as well. So you'll see I came in, I walked to the back, and then I actually come in and I'll open the door for somebody a little bit before 8 o'clock. So I see that I'm at 7:40. My block is here. Again, I opened up a full hour block, so I'm going to shorten that block up, but I'm not really sure where I need to shorten it up to. If I want to play this back a little faster, the fast forward will speed this up. You can see up here it's showing it's at 2 times. If I click it again, it goes to 4 times. And I'm going to walk this through. We're going to go back to the back room. I'm going to play this until he comes back to the counter and leaves. So maybe I want to fast forward this through 4 times, 8 times. He comes through, heads for some more equipment, picks what he's doing, and then pretty soon he's going to head out. And so this one will be a little bit bigger clip than the rest. You can see the dog walking around a little bit. And if I'm feeling like he's going to be here a little bit longer, again I can open up my time window And I can take this green piece and I can jump it ahead rather than fast forwarding, and I can keep going until I know that he's gone, and that'll save us a little bit of time rather than watching the whole thing. So at this marker I know he's gone, so I'm going to take this end piece. It takes a little bit of skill to get in there, and I'm going to shorten that clip up, and I'm going to send that to the archive. So because that was a longer clip than the ones that we've done before, you can see that ended up being 263 meg. So I could go on and keep finding cameras where I was this morning, but I think 3 is good enough to show you then how to archive. Once you're happy with what you've got in your archive, and you know you have the media, whether it's a thumb drive or a DVD burner or something that you want to load this on, at this point you can calculate that you have enough space. This here will select all of your clips, and then you have an export button. So at this point it's asking me where I'd like to save the video. I actually created a folder on my desktop here, and I labeled it TruVision Navigator Video Exports. There's actually nothing in it at this point, but that's where I want to export these files. Here's where I mentioned I can schedule an export if I don't want to wait for it, but I'm going to say export now. First thing that TruVision Navigator will do is it will look in that folder that you are putting these files, and if you do not have the player in the folder for it to be able to play back these files, it will add that for you, so you don't need to go download a player separately. Down here in the corner you can see that the clip from the front door is 53% exported, and this will show you when it is done. A very common mistake is to try to export a very large file. You hit export and it doesn't seem like it's working, so then you go find that file and try to open it, and it will fail because it's not fully exported and fully sealed up. So you do have to wait till this comes back with a succeed before you have a good file that you can actually take that folder, throw it on a thumb drive, and give to the authorities or whoever you need to give it to. At this point I'm going to pause this until this is completely exported, and then I'll show you how to get into the files and open up the player. Okay, welcome back. So that took about 5 minutes to get this whole file exported. You see down here it does not say anything about percentage, it's just all completed and done. Once you've got this file exported and you know it's done, you can close out of TruVision Navigator, and my folder that I added this to was TruVision Navigator Video Exports. If I open up that folder, we see I've got my player. It added that when I exported this because it did not find it in this folder prior to this. All I need to do is double click the video player, and that's something that can be run straight from a USB drive. It does not need to be installed on a computer. So as far as giving this to somebody for evidence, it's all a self-contained piece of video, and all of these video files are watermarked so that you prove that they have not been tampered with. The 3 files that I exported along with that are right here in my tree. I can either click on one and have it play full screen, or I can click on several and have them come up in a quad. Once you determine which one you want to play, just highlight that box, hit play, and you'll see the clip that you stored. And like you said, you could, like I was mentioning, you can have 5, 6, 7 clips here, and they could all just play one after another, or you could line them up and kind of play them in any order that you want. If you decide to highlight multiple cameras and mark the start and stops at the same time on the same recorder, you could then play them back in a synchronous playback, so that you could see the whole path as it happened, just showing all the cameras at once. And that's now you can take this folder and burn it to a USB drive and give it to whoever needs it to do what you need with the video you've collected. So I hope this helps you with exporting video from TruVision Navigator. A lot of times people find themselves needing to export video at a time that they're feeling a little panicked because something has happened, and hopefully this makes it easy and you get what you need. As always, I'm trying to do more of these videos to help people out, especially with Interlogix products. If you have any suggestions or ideas for other videos, things that you've always been wondering about Interlogix products, please let me know. Give us an email at sales@group1nw.com. We'd love to hear from you.